Hello everyone, my name is CSGO, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own little game mode in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which lets you shoot bots and practice nades and practice spray control, all that stuff, without having to set anything big up. So here we are right into the Explorer, and as you can see here, this is the directory where you need to go to anything. In the description there's a link for the testing config you need to download to make this even work. So download this testing CSG and put it into your into basically this folder, this path here, if you haven't changed anything in Steam with the path of CSGO. So if that's your path, then that's great. If not, then you need to find your Steam apps folder basically, and then your comment folder, then where your games are, and then Global Offensive, for example. If you have a second drive like I have, then it might be different. But you need to go into your CSG folder in CSGO, copy and paste it in here, the CSG file you download, which I already have here. So I call it testing, just so you don't get confused. But yeah, that's basically first thing you need to do. Then you need to go back into your normal CSGO folder and find the file gamemodes.txt. As you can see here, make a backup of it. I already have one. I can make a new one because it's a little bit old. So make a new one, rename it, backup, no matter how you name it, just so you have a second file and you can replace the original one. So mine is not really original anymore because I already put it in there, and as you can see here, you can find it. Yep, competitive and testing. As you can see here, this is a whole custom section of testing, and the only thing I did, I copied the game modes competitive, this one. I just copied all of this till this squiggly bracket. Don't know how you exactly call them. I just call them the squiggly brackets. So copy all of this, that, copy, and or Control C for those of you who don't know, and then Control V to paste them. That's a bad tab. Okay, and then you have here a whole new section. As you can see here, we have competitive once, and then we have it second time here. But you don't want to name them the same. So you can name them like custom. And then you need to change some other things like matchmaking value to name it something custom as well, else it will break the game. The UID doesn't matter. You can put it to like lead or something, doesn't matter, but the important thing here is the value. So you need to change the value so you can load the proper so it can identify your custom game mode. Up here in competitive, you have value number 1 and you have casual number 0. The game type is classic of all of these. So it goes way down there. Gun game and so on. It's a really long file, as you can see. 4,000 lines. So to make it work now, so it loads the testing config and all, you need to type in 2 if you haven't got another testing thing already. I have one here, which is value 2, but you need to name it 2. If you don't have a custom one, you can even name it like 10 or something. That should still work, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just name it 2 or 3 or something, but not 1 or 0, because these are already taken by competitive and casual. There's casual up here, which is 0, and competitive down here. So name it like 2 or something, so 2. And then the only thing you need to do now is to make a new line in here where the exe means. You don't have to do anything about anything else. Okay, wait, I'll get right into it, but this is the important part. Just do some quotes, and then write exec in there, make a space, and write in testing.cfg. Now your testing config will get loaded after your you create your game. So after you load in your map on a private server, obviously, a local server. But you need to write it at the bottom so it gets executed last, because it needs to execute on top of every other config. So this will get executed last, which is good and which is important. And the only thing you need to do now, the last thing you need to make it work, is to turn that up to like 64 or something. This is just important so you can have many bots, as many as you like, basically. So yeah, it's up to you. I like to set it to 64. Okay, let's get that out of the way. And yeah, that's basically all you need to set up. So there's one thing to do to load it now. And so you can just start your Counter-Strike. I'll do that right here. I have my own little file, so I can start it now. Just so everything's fine. Okay. So your Counter-Strike loads in. Should load in soon, I hope. Thank you, Counter-Strike. And then the only thing you need to do is to write in game. Nope. Okay. Game, mode, and then 2. Or whatever you set the value. So here, the value, which is under your name, whatever, the first key value, is the value you need to type here. Don't write game type too, because game type is a different thing. This is the game type is the thing like classic in competitive. So classic contains casual, competitive, your custom game mode, and my testing game mode in this config. And then there's like gun game, which contains gun game progressive, etc. Don't worry about game type. Just put it into your first section into classic, like below. I am really confused by this config. Below competitive, then you should be fine. But if you put in like anything else, just don't worry about it. Put it below competitive. It's okay. Type game type 2, and then load in your map. Don't worry about the errors, by the way. Then you can just load your map, like map de +2. You can't use the offline with bots though, because you have to select the game mode there. So again, you have to select one of these. So just write a map space the dust or something, or even fucking CS assault or something. I don't know. So I am back, and now it works. Everything. I just needed to delete the it's laggy. I don't know why. I just needed to delete the file the game mode I just created, because it had the same value as my already in the testing game mode. So it should work on yours. I just fucked mine a little bit up, but it's okay, and you should be able to load it in your map like that, and shoot some bots, shoot some heads, train some things, grenades, anything you like to do. Try out glitches, fly around the map, like. Oh, they fixed it? Oh, that's boring. Okay. But, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name is Second, and if you have any questions, write them down in the comments below. I will answer them sooner or later. Don't worry about it. But you'll get an answer. Wait a second. And, yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.